Hello everyone, welcome to Botany Insider. So this is the second part of amino acids. In the first part we have already covered about the basics and also about the optical activity. अगर आपने वो lecture नहीं देखा है, I'll put the links of the same in the description box. So I would recommend you कि पहले आप first part देखें और उसके बाद you switch it over to the second part for a better and a holistic understanding. Before starting the topic, if you haven't yet joined me on the Telegram channel, just search Botany Insider over there and join me. And also the other way is just use the link that I have given in the description box for joining. And in addition, if you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and also do not forget to hit the subscribe button before leaving. So now let's start with the topic. In this particular lecture हमारे पास बहुत सारी tables हैं जो हमें discuss करनी है. We have many questions from this particular area, so it's important कि आप इन topics को अच्छे से याद करें. Reason being ये direct marks देके जाते हैं and also अगर आप एक सिंपल निमोनिक्स बनाते हैं सो इट वुड बी ईजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अगर हमें अमाइनो एसिड्स को क्लासीफाई करना हो उनकी असेंशियलिटी के बेसिस पे. व्हाट इज़ असेंशियलिटी? सो असेंशियलिटी मीन्स द रिक्वायरमेंट. अगर अमाइनो एसिड की रिक्वायरमेंट है, नहीं है या फिर कभी कभार रिक्वायरमेंट है, दैट इज़ व्हाट और दैट इज़ द बेसिस ऑफ क्लासीफाइंग द अमाइनो एसिड्स डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि वो असेंशियल है, कंडीशनली असेंशियल है या वो नॉन असेंशियल है. असेंशियल अमाइनो एसिड्स वो अमाइनो एसिड्स होते हैं जो हमारी बॉडी खुद सिंथेसाइज नहीं कर पाती. That is those amino acids which cannot be synthesized from our body or by our body. They are in the category of the essential amino acids. The second one are the non-essential one. That is these are the amino acids that could be synthesized by our body in ample amount and there is no need for them to be taken from the outside. The third one are the conditionally essential ones. So these are the ones जिनकी requirement condition के basis पे होती है. So if we have some people who are either ill or the people who are malnutrition, especially the children, so they cannot synthesize these conditionally essential amino acids in their body and they need to be supplemented from outside. But in the healthy individuals, they can be produced in the body itself, so they are actually under the category of the conditionally essential ones. Talking about the essential amino acids, so essential amino acids के अंदर we have histidine, isoleucine, leucine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, valine and the lysine. Talking about the conditionally essential ones, so conditionally essential ones include arginine, asparagine, glutamine, glycine, proline, serine and threonine. And the non-essential ones are alanine, aspartate, cysteine and the glutamate. So these are about the amino acids depending upon whether they are required in the body or whether they are essential or the non-essential ones. The second one are the amino acids depending upon कि वो polar है या non-polar है. हमने last video में discuss किया था aliphatic और aromatic के बारे में. I wanted to make you clear about the basic terms, इसीलिए हमने वो lecture अलग से discuss किया. That is the reason why I have asked you to watch the part 1 first so that you have understanding of these terms. So अगर हम अमाइनो एसिड्स को उनकी पोलैरिटी के बेसिस पे डिफाइन करें, दैट इज वेदर दे आर पोलर और नॉन पोलर. पोलर मीन्स द मॉलिक्यूल्स दैट आर हाइड्रोफिलिक इन नेचर, दैट इज दे आर वाटर लविंग. जस्ट ब्रेक द टर्म इनटू टू, हाइड्रो एंड फिलिक. हाइड्रो मीन्स वाटर and philic related to the loved. So when they are water loving, so they are polar, and when they are water hating, or that is they are phobic to water, hydro means water and phobic means hate. So when they hate water, they are given the name of being non-polar in nature. So polar के अंदर भी we have three main subdivisions. The first one is the negatively charged, we have positively charged and also the uncharged one. In the negatively charged it include the aspartic acid and the glutamic acid. Positively charged include the lysine, arginine and the histidine. In the uncharged, it includes serine, threonine, asparagine, glutamine, cysteine and the tyrosine. In case of the hydrophobic, we have two main subdivisions. The first one is the aliphatic side chain and the second one is the aromatic side chain. In case of the aliphatic side chain, we have the glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, proline and the methionine. And in case of the aromatic one, we have the phenylalanine and the tryptophan. So this was about the classification of the amino acids depending upon whether they are polar or non-polar. There is nothing to understand in all this, you just have to mug up this information, so there is nothing to make you understand in all this. So we have just seen, we have the hydrophobic for the aliphatic, हाइड्रोफोबिक एरोमेटिक जो भी हमने क्लासिफिकेशन देखा, और हाइड्रोफिलिक के बेसिस पे हमारे पास तीन है, बेसिक, एसिडिक और पोलर अनचार्ज्ड. इफ यू वांट टू रिमेंबर इट इन दिस format, remember it in this format, or if you want a colored format, I have provided one more image for the same. So now we have the non-polar ones, polar ones, charged and the uncharged, or the positive charge and the negative charge. यहाँ पर हमारे पास इनका molecular structure है. Depending upon इनका molecular structure क्या है, जो भी change इनके side chain में आएगा, whatever the change occurs in their side variable chain, उसी के basis पे हमारा different amino acid form होता जाएगा. That is, in case of glycine, we have H being present in place of the R. So the basic structure of amino acid includes, we have NH3, C double bond OH, here we have H atom and over here we have the R. So this R is the variable side chain. ये chain जैसे जैसे change होगी वैसे वैसे हमारा amino acid change होता जाएगा. इस R के position पे अगर H आएगा तो वो glycine को form करेगा. If we have CH3 being there, it would form alanine. If it forms CH3 being present तो valine होगा. Cysteine के केस में we have SH being present with CH2 being bonded, and then we have proline. In proline we have this particular group being present. In case of leucine we have these. So as you can see, just go through these figures, there are different variable groups that are present in place of this R chain, and जैसे जैसे ये change होंगे हमारे amino acids change होते जाएंगे. If you want, you can remember these molecular structure, and if not, you can skip this portion, but I would recommend you, if you can, just remember them. अगर आपको याद होते हैं then it's also okay, अगर याद नहीं होते हैं then also okay. I just wanted to make it clear that you have this particular content also with you all. That is the reason why I have provided this particular chart over here. So if you want, just draw them in your notes. अगर आपको याद होते हैं well and good, if not, try to remember them. अगर end तक कुछ याद रहेगा तो ठीक है. So this was about the various molecular structure. Now there is one important point we have to understand जो हमने last video में discuss किया था. That is, जो ग्लाइसिन होता है वो ऑप्टिकली इनएक्टिव होता है. That is, we have understood that the glycine is optically inactive. What do we mean by optically inactive and active? हमने लास्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस किया था. That is, ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव अगर कोई कंपाउंड होगा तो उसके पास एक कायरल कार्बन होगा. Now what is a chiral carbon? We have discussed that chirality means that when, or the chiral compound means those compounds that are non-superimposable over their mirror images. So we have just understood about the structure of glycine, which is NH3, COOH, here we have H and over here we have H. So अगर हम इसके स्ट्रक्चर को यहाँ बनाएंगे, इसको अगर हम इस तरीके से फॉर्मेट करें, दैट इज we put HCH, over here we write NH3 and over here we write COOH. इसका अगर मिरर इमेज बनाएंगे तो हमारे पास सेम इमेज आएगी. So now because the mirror image of this particular compound could actually superimpose over each other, hence this is the reason why it is optically इनएक्टिव इन नेचर। जो हमने लास्ट वीडियो में टॉपिक को छोड़ा था वो हमने यहाँ डिस्कस किया दैट वाई द ग्लाइसिन इज ऑप्टिकली इनएक्टिव इन नेचर बिकॉज इट हैव अ achiral carbon, that is its mirror images could superimpose each other. So now we have a single letter code and a 3 letter code for the amino acids. So अगर हम एलिनीन को देखेंगे तो उसका 3 letter code ALA होता है और सिंगल लेटर कोड A होता है। हर अमाइनो एसिड का इनिशियल लेटर नहीं होगा, कुछ अमाइनो एसिड्स का डिफरेंट भी होता है। दैट इज फॉर आर्जिनिन वी हैव R as the single letter code. For asparagine we have N the single letter code. Aspartic acid के लिए we have D. For cysteine we have C. सबका 3 लेटर कोड जो होगा वो इनिशियली 3 लेटर्स ही होंगे एक्सेप्ट फॉर अ फ्यू ऑफ देम, दैट इज जो ग्लूटामाइन होता है उसका GLN होगा और जो ग्लूटामिक एसिड होता है उसका GLU होगा। फॉर इन केस ऑफ द ग्लाइसिन वी हैव द G बीइंग द सिंगल लेटर कोड, फॉर हिस्टिडीन वी हैव H, फॉर आइसोल्यूसिन वी हैव द 3 लेटर कोड एज ILE and the single letter code is I. For the other ones, that is for leucine, it is L and LEU in the same manner. For lysine, we have the single letter code as K, but the 3 letter code is the initial 3 names. 3 letter codes बहुत किसी किसी के ही हैं जो अलग हैं, otherwise most of them are the same one. You have to remember about the isoleucine क्योंकि उसका different है. For the glutamine also it is different, that is we have GLN being present, other and also about the tryptophan जिसका TRP होता है। For tyrosine we have TRY which is the same one. So सिर्फ कुछ के अंदर difference है, otherwise they are all the same. Single letter codes हमें remember करने पड़ेंगे, कभी कभार पेपर के अंदर question आता है depending upon the protein degradation जो हम further lectures में discuss करेंगे, वहाँ पर codes को ही use किया जाता है question के अंदर। So it is important for you to have a good grip over these single letter codes. They are not difficult at all. This is not very difficult to remember. Just take a plain paper and write down all the 3 letter codes and a single letter code over there and paste it in front of your study table and just revise it once in a while. Be able to remember them very easily. So this was about all the classification and all the single letter and the 3 letter codes for the amino acids. I hope this much is clear to you, and if you like this video please do like, share it with your friends and please subscribe to my channel. And also if you have any doubt related to any topic, be it this or any other topic, do let me know in the comment sections below. I'll try to clear your doubts as much as possible. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.